Sorry, officer. I realize I just... It's time for another race between the Range Rover and Nick.
And I'm going to be in, not a car, that's mine at least, I'm going to be in an Uber.
So what we're actually doing is racing from here down in Daytona Beach shores all the way up to one Daytona, and the loser buys lunch.
And on top of that, Patrick's not using GPS.
So Nick is calling his Uber at the moment. I'm not allowed to use GPS. Which sucks, because that means the only way I know to get there is the slow way, which is going all the way up Daytona Beach and hitting International Boulevard. So, I need to go. So, I don't know how long I have until Nick's Uber gets here, but I'm assuming I don't have too much time.
So I'm going to be real here. I don't know how much talking I'm going to be able to do, but the race has started. Patrick is in the Range Rover, and I am going to hail an Uber. I'm hoping I get a cool Uber driver that's going to be okay with me recording in his car. If not, this might not be that great of a video, so we're going to have to see what happens. But I'm actually not going to be using Uber. I'm going to be using Lyft, because Lyft's a little more prevalent here and a bit cheaper. So $18.72. Oh, sorry, the price is updated. It'll now cost you $19.81. That is fine. I'm not on the Dunlawton Bridge though. I'm at, what is this restaurant?
This Uber or Lyft or whatever he gets will end up getting here pretty quickly, so I need to make use of every second that I have. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose. And I'm not in the mood to lose, because I just read that next week is Jeep Beach, which is essentially an entire week of Jeeps, which is also known as my personal vision of hell.
Pay with Touch ID, come on. Processing payment. This is actually quite a challenge here. So I have now hailed a Lyft, and so now it's just waiting for it to get here. To be honest, they found a driver near me, but it says it's picking me up on the bridge above me, which is a problem. Pretty bridge though. But if they try to go pick me up on that bridge, it's going to be a problem. Like, it's going to be a big problem. Hopefully they're smart enough, though, to know that the bridge is, I'm not on the bridge, I'm under the bridge. That would be great. It's a Hyundai Elantra. It's a Hyundai Elantra. He's watching this back. We had a Hyundai Elantra rental car when we came down here to actually, well, find a place to move into.
How the f do you get out of here? It's a one-way, no way. It's a one-way, no way, and it's just every way, whatever you want. Except I don't need this road. I need the road over, because this is a one-way. Damn it.
At this point, Patrick is probably already on A1A and cruising right along, so I don't see winning here. My Uber is actually caught in traffic on the other side of this bridge. One lane is closed on it, and they are caught in traffic on the other side. So they're estimating 5 minutes for him to even get here. So I suppose we can sit down and have a little chat. It was actually very interesting as far as like prices go. Uber was like $3 to $4 cheaper consistently than Lyft was. However, that was when I was checking earlier and it wasn't like lunchtime. Now it's like literally lunchtime. So yeah, who knows? I'm just kind of hanging out.
Okay, now's my chance. Light is still green. Okay, now essentially I head all the way up this road until I hit International Speedway Boulevard, and then I just head straight on that road until I hit, well, International Speedway, or Daytona Speedway, or whatever it is. This woman's walking down the road with a cart, and there's a sidewalk right there, and right there. But rather than that, she is walking through the middle of the street with a cart. People here are lovely.
I really wish I had a car. I mean, like, I get, okay, there are great times to use Uber and Lyft. Like, if you're going out for drinks or something like that, you want to use Uber or Lyft because you don't want to drive intoxicated, duh. But I mean, just daily. Like, does anyone use this daily to, like, get to and from work? Because, I mean, like, we're talking like 20 bucks or so. It's a lot, you know? So I got a notification. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's actually not that. It was something else. It's still no lift notification. Let's see where the driver's at. Still caught in the same traffic across the bridge. And I've been waiting for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. This is going to be a long one. At this point, I might just walk up on top of the bridge.
So, one of the things I also wanted to point out is the Range Rover. The past 2 times I've started it and driven it has thrown a suspension fault. No big deal. It does that. Except this time it didn't, which is great.
You know, I was worried that there wouldn't be, like, much talking in this from me if I got, like, a, you know, like, Uber driver that wasn't cool about it. But, to be honest, it doesn't seem like it's going to matter, because it seems like I'm going to have, like, 30 minutes of just, like, me hanging out under a bridge.
I can't use any GPS at all. I would show you that there's nothing on the Range Rover, but I'll just hit home. I can't. I actually hit navigation.
Am I homeless now? So there is an update on the hoopty while we're here. We did have to go and get a camshaft position sensor replaced on the hoopty, as well as an oil change. That came out to be about $300, actually $300 even. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happened with that. Oh, I'm just walking out here. I mean, let's see where the Uber's at. Have they even made it through the traffic yet? They're on the bridge, on their way over here, but look at how beautiful this is. I don't know if the GoPro's picking it up well, but this is stunning.
This is just a bit of life advice for anyone listening. Never go to the beach without sunscreen. It's actually what happened last week. I had 2 more videos planned for last week. We did Monday's race, and we were going to do Wednesday's video and then Friday's video. Well, Tuesday morning, Nick and I decided that we wanted to go to the beach and just kind of relax for a little bit. We've lived here for over a month, and neither of us are really beach people, but we found a beach about 35 minutes north of here where there was like nobody. Nobody was there, so we decided that we were going to head up there and just chill on the beach for a little bit. Unfortunately, we're dumb and didn't wear sunscreen, so a few hours later, after we got back to the house, I looked in the mirror and noticed that I looked like the man from Lilo and Stitch holding his ice cream going. So, that's what happened last week. I then spent the next couple of days, well, the next 4 days, in bed, doped up on Benadryl. It was wonderful, minus the fact it itched like a...
Okay, wait, they might be over here. Oh, I see them, okay, cool.
That was a bad challenge because it's the congestion going in.
Yeah, I know. That was, well, it was kind of one of those things. It's a luck of the draw, because if you had been over here, and, you know, it would have been real quick, but because of the closing of the bridge there, that's been crazy.
So I'm going through a school zone right now, and it says the speed limit's 20 when flashing, but I'm always afraid that the light's not going to be flashing or it's broken, and then I'm going to end up flying through a school zone. There's going to be a police officer like there is right there, and that he's going to pull me over for flying through a school zone. Even though the light wasn't flashing, it should have been flashing, but it wasn't flashing. Who's at fault there? The person who has closed the road in front of me. It's their fault. It's always their fault.
Us moving here, I mean, we moved in the middle of Bike Week.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was
Wow.
quite an interesting experience.
Yeah, I'll say 450,000 bikers here.
Turn left onto Florida 421 West, Florida 81A South.
Yeah, we went into
Continue on Florida
business here and
421 West from
told him we had moved down here, and he was like, well, don't worry, it's not this crazy most of the time.
Yeah, you came the craziest week of the whole year, so it should be good.
It was kind of a crazy experience that was, because it was then spring break too, which spring break wasn't as bad, but still it was all at once, so it was like, whoa.
How is it every time we do one of these challenges, I end up South Peninsula closed ahead? Wait, is today the 15th? I don't know today's date. There's a Bentley. Hello, beautiful. Oh, that was a pretty car. It said South Peninsula closed on the 15th, but I don't know what today is. Oh, the Range Rover tells me the date. It's the 16th. I guess we won. It's not closed. The only problem is we still have to beat Nick, which is a problem. One of the things I have noticed about living here too is that I don't drive as much, and most of the driving that I do is in town. So my MPG back in Tennessee used to be roughly like 17 to 18. Here, 14. 14. And I know that's not that bad, but it's technically 14.8. And I understand that there are plenty of people who get 12 and 10 and 7. I don't know how you live with that, but this is quite a decrease. I mean, if you think about it, that's 3 miles per gallon less than what I'm used to. And across a 28-gallon tank, that's nearly 90 miles of range lost, just from driving around town.
Yeah, we'll just do what Uber tells us. We'll see what happens.
So it's a YouTube challenge, huh?
Yeah, so we run an automotive YouTube channel, and we do like, we focus on like longer term reviews of cars, like, you know, like owning a car for 6 months and what it's like to, you know, keep that car up and things like that. But we also do once a week like a challenge sort of a thing like this, so where we'll do this, like I think next week we're doing Uber versus Lyft, which will be interesting. And then last week we did just a challenge with like 2 of our cars where we tried to get, one of us went this way like off of the island, and then one of us was on A1A, and so tried to get to Beach Street the fastest. So
Wow.
all sorts of different fun stuff we do.
Love that house. Love that house. Massive. 16,000 square feet, I believe. Oh. It would look better with a Range Rover in the front yard. In the front yard? Yes, just park it in the front yard. The driveway. Int Speedway Boulevard. This is it. This is the road we need. Int Speedway Boulevard.
So how long have you been driving for Lyft?
About 6 weeks.
Not bad.
Yeah?
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I drive for both.
How does that work? So if you like have get a Lyft, do you like flip Uber off? Okay.
I get an Uber, I shut the lift off.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Can't run them both. I can't take a ride while you're in the car. That's not nice.
Don't you wish you could though? I mean, that would be double that.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool if you could somehow pick people up if we were going to the same destination, you know?
There's been an occasion where I forgot to shut the other one off and got pinged, but
Yeah.
fortunately I was pretty close to the area of dropping the first one off. Now I make sure I shut the other one off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll double check.
So we're on the Pretty Bridge. That's what I call this one. It goes over to the Pretty Place, which is Beach Street. And that's pretty much all I've got about this. We are on International Speedway Boulevard now, I think. You know what? We're gonna go, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
It's I think they went up.
They got a head start.
Yeah, I think they went up A1A though, so that, you know, might change things if they hit some traffic up at like Main Street up there or something.
Yeah, I know. If they went Dunlop straight, they keep right down a shot. Where am I going to watch this tonight?
I can give you the link. I think I have actually a number. I think I can contact you or text you via the Lyft app. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I can text you a link.
Oh, okay. So this is Ridgewood. So Ridgewood does actually come up to International Speedway Boulevard. That is good to know for future reference. I will forget and have to take Beachside again. One of the downsides to taking International, though, is that it is probably the busiest road in Daytona Beach. I mean, like, it is the main road into Daytona Beach. But let me tell you a secret. If you ever come here, take Dunlawton Avenue over to Beachside, there's much less traffic. And much nicer houses and much nicer cars. So if you're ever down here, take Dunlawton Bridge.
The ones that say they'll tip don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
that's interesting.
Yeah, so don't say you'll tip.
I'm I'm not going to tip you.
Wants to say, I got you later. But every now and then, the next day, I'll say, oh wow, there's a tip.
So do you do this full time, or that's cool?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it full time.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Bevill Road.
They started out slow.
I'm now giving tourism advice. What has my life become? Not sure, but I enjoy it. Okay, green light, let's go. Okay, so one of the funny things is I don't know what kind of car Nick is in. So if Nick were to pull up beside me, I'd have no idea, but Nick would know. Sorry, officer. I realize I just... I think that officer said something to me through his speaker. I don't know what he said, but I'd imagine he wasn't happy about it.
Let's catch this light. This is going to be the determining factor.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Bevill Road.
I'm not going to get in a crash or get a ticket.
You're fine. I don't expect you to.
No, we don't want to crash. of
No.
course.
No.
It'd be an interesting video.
It
then.
would be a story there.
Yeah, that would be my job.
Yeah, that's not good.
I just hope he doesn't turn around and pull me over, because that would be awkward. Especially considering I don't know that I have my wallet, which also means if I lose, I have to pay for lunch somehow. The sad part is my insurance just went down.
Dun, 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 dun. Where are we going, to the Speedway?
No, it's not the Speedway. It's across the street from the Speedway. It's called One Daytona. We're going to a restaurant there.
Okay.
It's really cool. It's like a newer shopping center. They're opening up a hotel.
Oh, yeah. That's where PF Chains is
Yes.
and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really... I just noticed that on Bike Week. I thought, wow, what a big, huge development they put out here. This is nice.
That area seems, because aren't the outlets out there pretty new too? Like kind of in
Timber
there?
outlets are
Yeah.
kind of new, not
Continue
really.
on Bevill Road for 1.5
Still more
miles.
stores going in.
Yeah.
It's kind of put Felicia Mall out of business, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I definitely heard it, and he pointed at me, and it made me freeze up. It was very uncomfortable. Maybe he said, "I love your Range Rover." Maybe that's what he said. I don't think that's what he said. I don't know that I have ever actually explained what I do for work. Like, what my business is. I don't think I've ever explained that. I do work. I do. This channel pays for the car. But I do actually own a business. I do pretty well. But I just never talk about it. It's probably not something most of you would be interested in. Maybe a few of you would be, but the automotive channel is part of the business. It's just one part out of like 10. So we'll get into that another time, but essentially there's this, there's the tech channel, there's the website, there's the server, there's affiliate sales and affiliate marketing and tons of different stuff, and it's all one huge thing that all kind of fits together and works very well and does its thing. There's a Range Rover next to me, and it's beautiful. There's old people in it who look like they're about 900 years old, but that's Florida for you. And that's just what you get here. Oh, it's a long wheelbase. Sorry, I looked over and it just kept going. Like, good God. It is unsettlingly long. That's what she said about their car. Bye, L405. I love you. I love your wheels. They're beautiful. I'll see you soon. I see International Speedway Boulevard. Why do I keep saying that? I see the racing thing for Daytona. I actually had dinner here a few nights ago with a very nice girl. I don't remember her name.
We've noticed there's a lot of change. I mean, anything you want as far as that goes.
A lot of people like to go to Riptides on A1A in Norman. The place is packed every day, lunch and dinner. You know what that is, right?
Yeah. We actually went up to Ormond about a week ago and went on the beach up there because there's less tourists.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, either they're there or they've got caught in traffic. That's the only way we're.
Yeah, we hit that one light,
Yeah. I just hope they went up A1A. That's the.
That was what they were supposed to do, right?
Well, we actually didn't talk about route that they were going to take, so it was who knows? They probably took whatever they thought was faster. The only rule was they couldn't use GPS. So.
No, I would take this orange avenue if I knew it would come out. But I don't know if it does.
I don't know either. We were an hour outside of Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, that area. I don't know if you know. Basically, that's the mountains, Smoky Mountains there. Great Smoky Mountain National Park's right there. And it was, it's really pretty, but you kind of get lost, on it. You get used to it after a while. And I think, I've heard that about the beach as well, that after a while you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of how we were up there. So we're loving the, being close to the beach and everything like that down here. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful up there. And a few years ago, there was a big wildfire and it burned down a lot of stuff. And everybody was, oh no, that's not a good thing. But it actually came back beautifully. So wildflowers everywhere, all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
I actually saw a photo the other day from up there that this year it's the same thing. That all the wildflowers have came back again.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I remember the fire.
Yeah, that was a big thing. We went up there the night of the fire, so and we went up there and then came back down. Right, it's actually, I think it's taking us, yeah.
You sure? Stop telling me.
Turn right,
Okay,
then
well,
turn
yeah.
left.
It's gonna work the same way. Yeah. I think it's gonna take us right to the kind
Head
of
southwest.
door of this place.
Excuse me, everybody. Just a dumbass. This isn't one Daytona. I don't know what this is. Tax relief is near. I wish. I woke up yesterday morning and the IRS had taken my money. I went, oh, okay, well, thanks. Okay, so is this one Daytona? The shop's at one Daytona. Okay. Oh no, I was right. That was one Daytona. Okay. So I have actually come in the wrong way because what I actually need to do is park the car and then actually, where am I?
Past this, and then see where this cobblestone is right here. There's a place you can turn down. No, straight. Yeah,
Your
right up here.
destination is on the left.
This will work.
Okay, so there's Miami Grill. And I don't know if Nick is here. And that's the part that troubles me more than anything, is that I don't know if Nick is here. Okay, I need to turn right. And if I can turn right. Come on, honey. I'm just gonna pull in here. This is actually where I thought I came in originally, but I didn't.
No, it isn't. Yeah, this will work. All right. All right. I sent you a link to the YouTube channel. It should be going out tomorrow. So,
All right.
thank you.
Am I in space? Yeah. Okay. So this is a space. I can park here. Okay. I gotta go.
Okay, so we're here, and I expect to see Patrick sitting in there all smugly. Told you he'd be all smug about it.
I have finally won a challenge in Daytona Beach, and I have waited for this moment for a very long time. And I won by quite a bit. Only because you had to wait on Uber. So, had we left at the same time and just taken different routes, you would have won.
I want a rematch. I want a rematch.
I won't win, I can.
Well, I lost.
And I won. And I got a free meal.
Yes, he did. $15.
And, even more important, I'm the winner. Yeah, that was a $15 sandwich. Like, what the hell?
But I will say this, you know what's interesting about that, about the races, not only did I have to buy lunch, I also had to pay for the Uber. So, like, if I had to Uber back this entire trip here and everything...
Oh, you are.
I would, it would be, this entire trip here would be about $90 probably, like $60, $70. Uber's expensive. Yeah, like Patrick said, buy a car. Anyway, we're now here at the Range Rover. I'm surprised he's letting me in it. You want to sign off?
Well, guys, thanks for watching this video. As always, I am the Superior Bean, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, sorry. I forgot, you won one. You won last week.